really good news, man. Theo Bull, and welcome to another exciting episode. I ain't saying, I'm just saying with the Rock With Me Nation. Yeah, y'all go ahead and clap that damn thing up. Yeah, clap it up. Did y'all see what we got going on? You do? You see that? Icon versus Hardware, Worlds Collide. You see that, don't you? Yeah. Brought to us by Reginald Hudlin with Leon Chills, Yasmin Flores Montanez with Dennis Cowan. Yeah, we doing that. You see what we got going on? Absolutely. Yeah. Now this is the last issue in the series. It is, and I'm kind of hurt. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying I'm kind of hurt. That said, we open up our story in Switzerland, where Rocky has just found out that the mothers and daughters of the Bad Girls Club all have superpowers, courtesy of Alva and his Q juice. The Karens, as Raquel calls them, believe they have the upper hand. Notice I said believe. Right, because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. That leaves Vandal Savage, or rather the two Vandals. Sound like a singing group, don't it? The two Vandals as they battle Zamara and Lil Bit. Real quick, because I had to look up Zamara. I didn't know what was going on. This is a new character to me. So, Zamara Collins is her last name. Is Brazilian. Yeah. Afro-Brazilian. You see that, right? Right. Because they act like, okay, all right. She's an attorney by day. She's got superhuman strength, stamina, durability, speed, and hearing, telekinesis, telepathy, and flight. Yeah, she all that in the bag of chips. Yeah. And she won a lottery when it comes to superhuman ability. She did. Aside from being able to shrink down, we don't know that much about Lil Bit. We just know her name Lil Bit. Yeah. In essence, I'm gonna need y'all to fix that. You don't mind? Please and thank you. Yeah. Back to our story. As Amara removes Vandal's eye patch, which reveals his little secret, pun intended, quickly formulating a plan, Vandal is just as easily disposed of, which leaves the two superpowered Karens laying around. Yeah, they lead them a little bit of magic, once again, pun intended. And the battle is won, which leads us to a decision by Raquel, aka Rocket, which, kind of makes sense why she was moving the way she was moving in Joseph Illich's run, Milestone Presents Shadow Cap. Yeah, it kind of makes sense now. Right. Okay. Shifting scenes to local news, where the world is being informed by a Brainiac bot, that Earth's time is coming to an end. Speaking of coming to an end, rest in peace to the Systematics. Not at all. I still think about the Eurythmics when I do this, though. That's when Hardware and Icon pull up. As the three of them do battle, how are we thinking Bats and Soups would fare against the Brainiac bot? I think that's a fair question. Brainiac is a Superman villain. Bruce is Clark's best friend. How we think they would fare? I'll just ask a question. Not in comparison. I'm just trying to see. Because if you think Clark and Bruce would do good, and you see how, we see Icon use his own version of heat vision, right? While Curtis shows he's just as quick of a learner as Tony Stark or Bruce. That said, who else knew Icon possesses what appears to be tactile telekinesis? I didn't know that. I ain't finna act like I knew it either. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Because I seen Connor, and that's a nice ability to have. I didn't know he had it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Anyway, like Hardware says, target eliminated. From there, the two men have a combo. Short and quick, while Icon doesn't trust Hardware to be responsible, outside of deleting him, which wouldn't be easy. Curtis tell her, hey man, it wouldn't work out like you think it was gonna work out. That's So Curtis him, huh? Anyway, Curtis stands a great chance, is what it's looking like, that if Icon tried to delete him, Curtis would hit him with the Uno reverse card. So then we follow Icon to Switzerland, where he's a little bit put off that Zamara recruited Raquel to the love court. Okay. So he breaks up with her, accusing her of not being any different than the other shadowy organizations. Yeah, I gotta be missing something. I totally missed something. Is Augustus always been this judgmental? Because that's what Hardware been saying. But Hardware stubborn to his own fault. Like, but has Augustus always been this stubborn? Because I gotta be missing something. And the conversation between Rocket and Icon, she wants Augustus to see her as an equal and not as her father, which she states she already has. Where is he? You say, Theo, no. So I got to press pause for a little bit. I got to throw a flag on the play. So wait a minute. She wants Augustus to see her as a partner. This must be some new stuff. You say, Theo, what you mean? When do I get to go to my elder as an adolescent and say we partners? If we working together, I don't know. They not gonna see. No, the elder is always gonna see the significantly younger person, which is what Raquel is. They either gonna see you as their child or their student. It's the age thing. I'm sorry, it partner. Y'all would have to be close in age for him to see. And I don't want this to be a gender thing. This could be an older woman. No older woman is looking at the significantly young. She's gonna be wound up calling her child, girl, honey, everything except partner. Augustus is her elder. Stay right there. Old enough to be her great-great-grandfather. When are you fixing your mouth to tell your great-great-grand anything that you're equal? Augustus' relationship in regards to Raquel, even though she recruited him into becoming a superhero, because of who Augustus is. You folks can disagree, not like it, be mad, think it's outdated. He was going to see himself as her protector. That's what that is. He was going to see himself as her father figure. You know what would have made it so that wasn't possible? Us actually seeing her father around. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be a father figure in someone's life when their father is actively around, or at the very least ain't being bad-mouthed by the other parent. Oh no, that father figure sticks. Theo, how do you know? I've got daughters. I've got daughters. There is one who you can't have a conversation with her about who her mother is or who her father is. You cannot come into her life trying to play the role of her mother nor her father. Gonna be real hard because both mom and dad are there on the scene. You see them. If you don't see them, you hear them because she's talking to them every damn day, damn near. Yeah, so you can say I got triggered. I don't know in what world, what reality, somebody as old as Augustus. Raquel could have been named Rocky, i.e. a boy. He still wouldn't have seen the boy as a partner. No. Mind you, the only time this worked over in DC is when Dick became a grown man. Makes sense then. You're a grown man. But you know how Bruce gonna view you. And what do Bruce refer to Dick as? Yeah, we said it. No, those are his sons. See what we just did? Those are his sons. Dick, Jason, Tim, Damien. Yeah, as far as Bruce concerned, they're all brothers. And I know we don't want to go down this tricky slope that we had in regards to Bruce and Barbara's relationship, right? That said, I do think Augustus is very, you broke up with Zamara because that's the other thing I want to touch on. You can't teach Raquel how to be a woman. You want to. You can't. She went as far with you as she possibly can go. You need to get over it. Yeah. You need to get over it. Remember Boys in the Hood? Remember Angela Bassett's character? Remember with Trey, played by Cuba Gooding Jr.? Remember he had got to that certain age? She had to take him to her dad. Yeah, okay, well, we don't like it because we don't ever want to not be around our children. But that's what that is. You can't teach her how to be a woman. That ain't what that is. So I felt like this part of the story deserves some deep diving in because Raquel pieced out. She was mad at Icon, and I'm like, I don't think you can really get mad at him because I think you was asking just a little too much of him. Then you got Icon getting mad at Zamar, and I'm like, damn, you went to 10 real quick. Like, you big man, huh? You big man. Anyway, that said, those that's rocking with me, let me know your thoughts in the comment section in regards to how these two events played out in regards to Icon, Rocket, Icon, Zamar. Let me know what your thoughts are. Over to Alva Industries, and we get Alva going over his next big plan, having superpowered mutants under his control. From there, we shift scenes to the Shadow Spire, where these events have not only caused the Milestone Universe to be in clear and present danger, but also the reformation of the Shadow Captain. Yeah, that's it. Listen, I enjoyed the entire series. Once again, to the Rock With Me Nation and those that are subscribed to me, I apologize for it taking so long. It was only 5 issues. That took way too long to get this series over with and everything like that. But I enjoyed it. I wish there was a way for us to get some consistent milestone and everything like that. You know me, I'm real big on representation, imagery, love, loyalty. If we could get some consistent milestone comic books, who knows? We might be able to get some consistent action figure representation, right? Right. Well, Mr. Reginald Hudlin, thank you. You know what? You don't really miss. You don't really miss. You don't. You by and large, when you do what you do. And I just want to say, on behalf of the Rock With Me Nation, on behalf of Icon and Hardware fans, Static fans, fans of the Milestone Universe, on behalf of all of us, I want to say thank you to yourself, Dennis Cowan. Make sure, because I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. Shout out to the whole creative staff for this one. Dennis Cowan, Leon Chills, Yasmin Flores Montanez, And Reginald Hudlin, thank y'all so much. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. That's it. We out. In the meantime, in between time, till next time, y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Na 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 na. Yeah, hit that. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are. Until then, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so we out.